something 1 year doing this stuff. Started last year. What the hell? It's been a year. Time flies, and it works in mysterious ways, doesn't it? Well, here we are on a Friday with some new slash old stuff, right? Not like EU4 can be called new, but well, it's new on the channel, and that counts. Yeah, well, I guess as I kept mentioning over the past 2 weeks, I think, right? Was planning to do a campaign, and here we are now. Here we are at the very beginning. Not gonna lie, a bit nervous since it will be a undertaking and a half. A undertaking and a half, because hopefully things will work out, and if things work out, that means this will be a 100+ hour campaign is the way that it will most likely go. And yeah, for my as obviously I don't know, I assume, no, how is it? I guess Anbennar is quite, and I think Anbennar is quite popular already. I know it feels like half the EU4 content that comes out now, maybe more or less, is Anbennar now. I know, but it's a cool setting, and yeah, I'm gonna help drive those 50-50 odds. And yeah, my pick won't be anything special. Jaddari. Played them once, so this will be, I guess, not a blind playthrough or anything. I know how things will go, more or less. I hope I know. But well, yeah, I have wanted to replay them for quite a while. Loved it the first time I played it through. I think the most fun I've had in any, dare I say, even any grand strategy period. Potentially, yeah, maybe I would go so far as to say that. But yeah, things have been changed. Specifically, the most recent update, which was I think like 2 months ago, 1.5 months ago, did do some changes. Did do some updates for, I guess, like all over the Bolvar area, Haley's area, but also just the Jadd specifically. Also now I will have to get used to pronouncing all the fantasy names actually while streaming, so that's gonna be cool. Totally not gonna mispronounce everything. Oh well. But I guess let's jump right in, because I will have to set up, and yeah, no Iron Man. I will try to stick to things, but if, as I said, this is a 100-hour undertaking, and I do not want one single RNG bullshit mistake to, I don't know, ruin it all. So, plus also no achievements anyways, and just, I don't know, I'm past the point in life where I would try to stick to Iron Man. If I want to, I do try to stick to it. In some games it's fun. I think in EU4, I don't think it's fun. So that's just my approach. And also because, yeah, there have been changes. I think it looks like the early game might be made harder. But we'll see about that. Well, specifically because we do start in the middle of a war. Now, I guess I do wanna, I always read the lore and everything, and in Anbennar it's very cool. So I think I will be, I don't know how important it is, but, you know, sure, let's read out the primer blob, right? The Jadd lore is indeed excellent, so I think it would be a waste to not take a look at it. Rumored to be the cradle of human civilization, Bolvar, that's where we live, is a land of fallen empires and near constant struggle. From the ancient age of god kings, during which humans overthrew the genies thanks to the magic taught by Brasan and installed themselves as king in their place, to the Karkashlu? I guess that's Karkashlu Empire of the horse riders from the Forbidden Plains. Those are centaurs. And the monstrous kingdoms of the Gnolls and Harpies during the Age of Monsters. Bolvar has been for the majority of its history dominated by foreign invaders. In its later period, it was controlled by the likes of Castanor, Demeria, and Keterata. So, plenty of it. Well, like, Anbennar is quite heavily based on the real world with a fantasy swing, right? We are effectively in the Middle East. Just basically the entirety of the Middle East is where we live. Jahair's landing in 101 AA saw the humans freed from the Gnollish tyranny and unified. Jahair would be labeled as Surakel reborn by the new Sun cult. He would go on to conquer Dustanor and Busenor, and then the lands to the east all the way to the Ringlet Sea, forming the First Phoenix Empire. Upon his assassination in 1127 AA, the Sunset Wars began, in which the inhabitants of the Yanshen and Rahen regions rebelled and broke away from the Empire. That's Asia. Basically, Jahair was like, I think the closest comparison to be made would be Alexander the Great. Just in one lifetime conquered basically half the world. Yeah. Jahair's daughter, Jexis, would grow up to reconquer the Empire's western holdings and push all the way to Dameshead, forming the Second Phoenix Empire. She was assassinated in 1162 AA, and the Empire collapsed again. The remaining Phoenix legions returned to the west to find a fractured Bolvar and decided to head further east into the desert. This brings us to our history, because we are playing those not really, I guess, sort of exiled, sort of homeless Phoenix legions, which is just such a fucking cool name, isn't it? But yes, the concept of the Jadd was formed by Jaddar, the son of Jexis. When the Second Phoenix Empire fell, Jaddar went with most of the Phoenix Legion east along the Golden Highway to the far Salahad. That's where we currently are, in the middle of a big-ass desert. Being considered too loyal to the old empire to be reintegrated into the remaining Sun Elven states, with the help of the local Mashnish people, the legions adapted their tactics to their new desert home and reorganized themselves into the Desert Legions, a military state led by their commander Jaddar. They follow the teachings that all races must assist in fighting the darkness, and that no race should lead over another, as Surael's light can shine through any and all who accept it. With the Sidunan Harpies to the north and east, the Harimraj in Rahen to the east, and the Gnolls to the west, the threat on all sides is daunting, but Jaddar's legions are strong, and empowered by the light of Surael. Nothing can stand in their way in their fight against the darkness. So, get out your crusading helmets, and your prayers and everything, because this is gonna be something. Everything else is not that important, admittedly, but I guess, yeah, let's well, actually, okay, sure. The religion is very important. This is a country formed around a religion, I guess, so to say. So, sure, because that Jadd is an offshoot of the Bolvari Sun cult, and was founded by Jaddar Jexisuir. Jaddar realizes that even if Jahair, Surael's incarnation upon Halan is the world where everything takes place, could not defeat the darkness alone, then no one can. All races must come together to fight the darkness as one, and only then can it be defeated and held back once and for all. The Jadd is isolated in the far Salahad desert for now, but the desert legions are looking outward, towards the gnollish threat in the Salahad, and the misguided people of Rahen. Soon the world will know the light, and all shall sit in its radiance. So, basically, I guess what, since it's a fantasy world, well, not even fantasy, just historic fantasy, right? History fantasy, people don't like each other, generally. And since we have fantasy races here, well, there are orcs who are trying to massacre humans, there are elves who are lording over everyone, in the jungles there are tiger people. They don't get together all that good most of the time. The Jadd is preaching that actually we can stop being assholes and we can just live together. Which makes for a specific sort of playstyle. And then, yeah, I guess let's get into the actual... everything else just stays as it is. And actually, what were the default settings for the Great Conquerors? I think I will leave it as it is. The Great Conquerors mechanic basically makes it so that some nations just randomly get giant bonuses. And, well, yeah, they can become like endgame bosses, almost. I don't really care about that. We are gonna be the boss. So, I guess first off, what new events? Some events honestly might even be new to me, even though I did play this, as I said. Some things have been updated, a bunch of events have been added, and some definitely also to the Jadd. So, what do we have? War of the Eastern Sands. In the west, an owlish pack lord, styling himself the Devourer of Suns, has united the packs around Hara Oasis, forging them into a great army. He has turned his army towards Bolvar and seized a great tract of land along the upper Saran River, defeating the Sun Elves of Sariend. Now it seems he has turned his eye eastwards. The scouts of our legion have reported sightings of the Gnoll hordes along our borders, and we must rally our forces and strike back against the forces of malevolent darkness, lest our light is devoured by a new Zazabane. One problem is, there isn't a lot of, like, I know, actual pronunciation information on all these made-up names, right? So I do apologize if things come out wrong. Though most of the names, actually, I would say, are quite easy to pronounce, just not knowing anything. Well, but a few stand out. One thing is certain, however prevails... One thing is certain, whoever prevails from this war shall be next ruler of Eastern Salahad. Just as Surael rises in the east to face the darkness, we will follow Jaddar against this darkness of the west. In Surael's name, summon the Legionnaires. Okay, so this is new. To break the spirits of these servants of darkness, Jaddar must face Zokka on the battlefield. Once their leader falls, the pack will crumble beneath us. So, yeah, this is definitely new. And I assume it means you have to make Jaddar into a... into a leader. And yeah, here we have our Jaddar Jeksisuir. Yeah, that surname is gonna be problem for a long time. But yeah, for those that I guess don't know Anbennar but know basic EU4, ages are a very different thing. We since we are elves, we live until roughly 400 years of age. Which means, yeah, that's a bit different. Now, one thing that I guess here I won't quite see it. And And yeah, the mission tree... The mission tree for the Jadd is something else. And this isn't even... This isn't even half of it. This isn't even half of it. So, where... Yes, now I remember. Yeah, as I said, the first stream is likely gonna be a lot of... It's gonna be a lot of, well... A lot of preparing, a lot of reading, a lot of remembering what I had to do, and so on. So, first off, what do we have here? Permanent claims on everything. Oh yeah, also the music is... Oh, starting off with the Deodaran. Maybe a bit quieter, though. A bit ominous if it starts off with the Deodaran, but, sure. I guess first, summon the Legionnaires. Legionaries, same word. It is time to start the great campaign. The Sun Elves in Bolvar have not fulfilled their duties to Serael, and they have led the Zanzob cult profane and appallingly large swath of land. Someone more capable must take over and right these wrongs. Let Jaddar call the legions together. It is time to take Bolvar's fate into our own hands. So... I guess to give some sort of idea, here are we, here is Zokka, our first big enemy, and we are in the middle of a great desert. This is like, I guess Arabia would be the closest maybe comparison. To the east lies Rahen, which is India, effectively. To the south is... South Salahad. Well, is it Salahad? I guess it should be Salahad. Well, yeah, Salahad. So, Africa, and then over here we have. I guess this would be Mesopotamia. I guess much better developed than our current lands. That's where the other Sun Elves live. That's where the new Sun cult has taken root, and it's a religion similar to ours, but also very different. And well, yeah, in the middle between us, these are the gnolls, and they're bad. They eat people. That's generally not a good thing. So okay, let's What's all this? Yeah, claims on everything. So first, oh yeah, all in that. Religion is the Jadd. Claim on all Gnoll lands in Bolvar. Enlighten the Gnolls. Yeah, I have to start remembering just how absolutely gigantic the entire mission tree is, and how much each quest takes. Yeah, Askasor. Really, any country. Opinion. Right, okay. Yeah, okay, now I remember about the Harpies, because basically here to the east and to the north there are a few clans of Harpies, and we have to establish friendly relations with them. This will also open the gates to these closest dwarves. Now these dwarves are the only thing that I will... This is the only thing that I think I will not be doing. Yeah. I think this is the only mission tree sort of that I just will not engage with, because it's kind of felt pointless the first time I played through it, and thinking about it the second time, I think it will be much better to just conquer the dwarves outright, because their capital is a gold hold, the only one in the world. They produce raw gold, which, believe it or not, is a lot of money. Which, if we vassalized them, we would get basically none of that. Which is a shame. But if we just conquer them, because also money, I imagine the situation will be similar to the first time I played. Money is a struggle. So is manpower. Like, I don't... On one hand, the Jadd starts off as a very good nation. You have a lot of bonuses. You're very strong. But you also have a lot of problems. Being in the middle of the desert is not quite economically, well, just good. Because if we go to our government reforms... so yeah, we start off with the Desert Legion, which... the legions that returned from Jahar's campaign settled in the eastern Salahad. Their military experience shaped the state that they formed into a structured military society of roaming bands. They adopted a nomadic lifestyle that allowed them to survive in the deserts. While scattered, even unified, they recall the glory of the legions of yore. So, what this means for us is our economy is terrible because we have negative production efficiency, 25%, negative taxes, technology is more expensive by 10%, we have less governing capacity, but we do get 20% manpower, cavalry is 50% cheaper, we are meant like, I think we even actually have the horde, well, we are tribal, we have tribal reforms, and I'm pretty sure we have the horde bonus for flat terrain. But yeah, massive plus 30 movement speed modifier, and cavalry to infantry ratio is plus 50%, so we do start off with being focused on cavalry. But yeah, economy, not doing so good. Now, where was it then? Not convert, no. Oh, this is... okay, this is new. So yeah, one thing that has been reworked a bit, the Jadd religion has gotten extra, like just extra mechanics. So I guess now we have monthly, we have fervor, which, okay, so it looks like it just gives, just having fervor gives bonuses, cheaper construction, more global trade power, and less years of separatism. And then we have Tenet focuses. Which is advisor cost and corruption, morale of armies. Oh yeah, I forgot. We literally cannot have a navy. We have negative 200% naval force limit. So that's something to think about. But yeah, morale of navies, armies, reform progress growth, and manpower in True Faith provinces. Ooh, that is definitely gonna see usage. That is definitely gonna see usage because manpower is gonna be big. Honestly, Diplo rep and improve relations. That isn't gonna see use. Nope. Because yeah, military. So we have a Elven administration and Elven military, which means technologies are even more expensive and institutions are also more expensive. But we get a little bit of production and taxes, and prestige, I guess, is good. That's not that big. The military is the big one. Massive discipline boost, movement speed boost. Drill is much better, literally doubled from the get-go. And I guess navy bonuses, but we won't make use of those for a long time. But we have all those quality boosts. We have slashed in half manpower recovery speed. Reinforcing is slower and more expensive. Mercenaries are basically useless, but mercenaries are basically just useless. Which is also because we have the Jaddari start with 40 army professionalism. And ooh, looks like they actually start with... Ooh, looks like... Okay, the units have been reworked. Okay. That's interesting, that's interesting. I remember the... Okay, yeah, the military units have been reworked. Military units have, which is not very nice to see. Looks like now there is... Looks like now, I guess Sun Elves have actually their own units. Previously, I think all elves shared the same unit types. So now it's a bit different. So yeah, we start with Jaddari skirmishers for cavalry, which, yeah, a bit funny. They are... I guess these are available to us specifically because we are the Jadd, and I guess they are just... They are literally just better than their counterparts. Which is cool. Cool, a bit OP, yeah. Yeah, Jaddari skirmishers are... The Salahad made obsolete the tactics and equipment of the now Desert Legion. The heavy armor was abandoned in favor of a lighter armor or just cloth. They adopted the skirmishing tactics of the Mashinsi, but instead of charging after throwing their javelins, they used false retreats to keep harassing the enemy formation until its disintegration. So yeah, just in and out, in and out. And what do we have for infantry? Cinder Legionnaires, veterans of the Cinder Wars between the Sun Elven kingdoms during the 12th and 14th centuries, armed with swords and armored with plated chainmail. These elite soldiers with centuries of combat experience were organized like the Jahirian legions, and they formed the core of the Phoenix successor armies. That makes sense, just a very offensive army. Okay, and Jaddar is already a leader, I assumed as much, and again, for those that aren't familiar with Anbennar, yeah, pips can go above 6. As here we do have Jaddar with 7 shock, which is, yeah, that's gonna obliterate stuff. That's gonna obliterate stuff. Now, what else? What else? One thing... Oh yeah, also, how does this war actually look? We are just against Zokka. Okay. And yeah, Zokka does have a much bigger army, but we should have the... Well, we should have a quality advantage, and by a lot at that. Now, one thing that I want to take a look at... is that. We're gonna need... I don't think advisors quite... Okay, so first we have 2 diplomats. Okay, 1 diplomat. Okay, yeah, we have an alliance with Elaine already. Yep, and we do have the royal marriage. And yeah, here we have... This is gonna be a very important character. Jaddaressa Eleno. So, currently she is the heir to Elena, which is a Harpy kingdom, but she is Jaddar's daughter. She is Jaddar's daughter, and if I'm not mistaken, this wasn't the case the last time I played, or maybe I just was unlucky enough to not get it. But if Jaddar dies before she has died, you do get the option to make Jaddaressa your leader, which is very important because she is coded to have the magician trait, which, again, it's a fantasy world, magic exists, and you can have leaders that are magicians, and they are fucking good. And also, down the road, we will have some excellent missions in the mission tree which require our leader to be a spellcaster. So that's basically a scripted way in which you're meant to get that. So we will start improving relations. We have right away some missions that have to do with it. Siandunan Harpy and Opinion is 120, so they are the correct ones. Yes, Siandunan. Fortifying the Northern Pass is gonna be, yeah, once we take this. Oh, this has been made into a 2-province place. I remember previously this was a 1-province pass. Now, I guess everything else mission-wise is just gonna be us conquering stuff. And also, yeah, here, Jezien's heritage, we need 200 relations with Elena. And yeah, we need to conquer up north, and this gave what? Yeah, right, bonuses for them. Yeah, and a diplomat. Yep, RP diplomacy. Oh yeah, just a lot of stuff. And what else do I need to remember? Currently nothing here. This is all gonna be quite some time until we can do... Oh yeah, one thing I didn't look at. So government, so these mechanics are new. So we have Jaddari Zealotry, which... damn, you get Zealotry for inflicting casualties in battle, huh? Okay, if we get it for fighting wars, basically, and converting stuff, and just passively lose it slowly. So, what does it give us? Okay, I assumed this would be a slider, which is, like, centered, and then it drops or goes up, but no, I guess this one only goes up, which definitely makes the process easier. So it gives us manpower recovery speed, which is very good, and I guess it will start dropping in monthly fervor. I assume the higher it goes, so it's meant to be hard to keep at a high number. And at maximum power... Oh no, it gives 1 monthly fervor. Oh, I guess fervor is... fervor isn't zealotry, fervor is something else. Oh yeah, right, fervor is this one, right. Right. Mage organization, religious unity, and zealotry. Sure. So it gives fervor and it gives 33% manpower recovery speed. That is gonna be extremely useful. And then we also have actual usable abilities, 30 zealotry each. So... I guess what, here you can get Ascend Legion Captain. I guess it's a way to get a general. I assume that gives you a very good general. Dance the Deodaron, which gives for 10 years cavalry combat ability and siege ability. Okay, very cool. The cavalry combat ability in the mid and end game is gonna be not useful. But siege ability is always good, and with the Jadd you can get some ludicrous siege ability numbers. And then summon the Shidhrusham, which is... Okay, I think... This I think was as a repeatable event, where yeah, you just get you get a few cavalry units for free, basically. Okay. So, yes, we are... Okay, currently Jaddar is the Prophet of Surael, so we get a bit of monthly zealotry. Expires on ruler death, yep. And, what else? So, one thing I did want to take a look at is estates. So, usually I am quite bad at playing the estate game. But this time around, I feel like I should do my best. And I also see, I think these have been... I don't remember if these had the same name. I think the estates have been renamed. So all the usual stuff. Magi's. Kig Casil. Okay, so I guess they fulfill the role of adventurers. That's the same, but I guess these are specifically unique to Bulvar adventurers. Well, yeah, they are basically stuff like that. So, missionary strength, monthly fervor, landly. Ooh, actually, the okay, so they have some special organization. Okay, they actually do get so because the mages and adventurers have basically an organization level, which is usually it's like, are they guilds? Are they at a state level? Are they independent? And I guess as the Jaddar, we do get special organizations for them. The mages are a Jaharian statute, which means we have a bit less absolutism, but we get less national unrest, more missionary strength, more fervor, and the priests are happy. As for the adventurers, we get cheaper leaders and land leader shock +1. That's big. Early game, that's huge. But now I actually have to start giving stuff out, because this is one thing that I never do. I'm always very greedy with my crown land, and I do not like going into the negatives, but I think this time around I have to do it. Because we're gonna need things like religion, like we're gonna need all the mana we can get. We will need all the mana we can get. Plus, what else do we have here? That's good. That could be useful. Yeah, I guess first off, religious state. Then we're gonna need... I guess military... Do I just give out all the extra powers? I'm quite inclined to do so. National manpower... Increased levies could be huge. What was the... Actually, no. What was the admin? Admin... tolerance of the true faith. Actually, we shouldn't have too many rebel problems, so we'll go without that. So, okay, sure, yeah, just more military. Also, sell titles. Yeah, just sell titles. Which is, I guess what's the... Because as soon as we finish the first war, which should be relatively quick, we will instantly regain a decent amount of... Well, we will get just a bunch of land, and with that a bunch of crown land, so we will get out of these bonuses out of these negatives very quickly. And plus, they're all happy now, so that's also going to be useful in the near future. And I guess, yeah, not enough crown land, cannot give away any of these, but patronage of the arts. You know, sure, yeah, patronage of the arts, we can do that, get some prestige going. The adventurers, did they need anything? Mercenaries, no. Losing arm. Actually, how much army tradition do we start with? Yeah, just a chill 78 army tradition. Yeah, that's how this works. So I don't want to lose that. Heroes in the army would be good and all, but and yeah, that is changing. And then sponsoring. I don't think we need to sponsor any specific hunters currently. The mages. The mages. I guess the mages, yeah, we don't have that many options for them. We could get extra monthly fervor, though I don't know if the monthly fervor is gonna be... Losing the absolutism would be... doesn't matter, but they do have already quite high influence, so going any higher might be a bit bad. Okay, so I think... Sure, we can do that. And actually, let's hold off on summoning the diet. I think I do want to keep the influence slightly low, at least for the first war. So, now, advisors. Oh yeah, also, just focus admin. We will need literally all the admin we can get our hands on. A lot of coring will have to be done. Now then, would it be worth it to pick up a advisor of some sort? Unrest. Like, we will have money issues one way or another. I guess getting an additional 5% discipline. Or instead get... Neither prestige nor national unrest are that appealing. But admin, though. That would be admin. That would be admin. Oh, also looks like... Wait, is Pike Square... I don't know. Okay, the cannons are... One thing I am a bit sad about is that artillery, like, there is special cavalry and special infantry for, like, all the nations, all the races. But artillery is just basic EU4 artillery. The flavor texts are different. But the names are still the same, which is, I don't know, feels like something could have been done there, but that's, I imagine, a lot more work. So, where was I? What do we need doing? Right, do we get an advisor? Do we get an advisor? I think... Methinks... Sure, let's get more discipline, just max out on discipline. And then, actually, well, I think... Everything starts stated. Now then, oh yeah, we also get our... So we do have some, basically whole orders. I basically didn't use them at all in my previous campaign. Because it's just a bit, like, 10% dev cost is... I guess, like, losing manpower early on would be bad. I guess this might be good late game, when manpower will be plentiful. Dev cost would be big. Meanwhile, there is Militant Jadd, which is just spam this in useless desert provinces that don't produce anything to begin with, and have low development, and just get raw goods, raw manpower, raw land force limit. It's quite good. Now for starters, oh yeah, and also the gnolls now have unit models, Does the Jadd... Okay, well, yeah, the Sun Elves specifically don't have models, but well, at least like elven models as such are a thing now. I think for a little while. I don't think they were a thing when I last played, so that's at least something. Other nations don't, like the Harpies, don't have anything. That would also admittedly be more complicated. But I guess by the looks of it, I've explained as much as I can explain, yapped a lot of yapping. Time to... well, most likely time to just get to it. Yeah, we won't be doing anything with adventurers. That's not our thing. And, well, we can get the single ship, because I think naval force limit is literally... it cannot be lower than 1. But, well, yeah, we're not gonna be doing anything with ships as long as they are the Jaddari and not the Jadd Empire. So I think this has been almost an hour of yapping, so I will do my usual check-up of things, stuff and things. And once I'm done with all that, I guess it will finally be time to just get to it. And start spreading the light of Surreal. Yep. So, be back in a few minutes then. right. Well then I'm time to finally on pause, I guess. And yeah, the speed this game, it's gonna be slow. I guess early on maybe a little bit of speed 3 or something, but mostly mostly things are gonna be quite slow. As more time goes by, there will be a lot of stuff happening. Yeah, the first unpause. Basically, the entire world has to start moving. So, and yeah, well, the enemy. As a matter of fact, the enemy does have a better leader than us because so the gnolls, one special thing about them is they are empowered by demon magic. That's their religion. They have demons. And the Zokka leader is a war wizard. So they are a mage, and war wizards have two things: stupidly high shock modifiers and siege modifiers. So actually they do have better stats than us, but I'm pretty sure their military is worse. So while they are separated, we should be able to beat them quite easily. Plus, I think there was excuse me, there was the flavor text at the beginning that I think there is a scripted duel or something along those lines, which will basically force them to collapse almost. And okay, right away with some event against what is this? Violence against religious minorities in Jaddari. The people of Jaddari have been misguided in their faith. A group of angry zealots have taken it upon themselves to start several attacks on the local population to punish them for the darkness in their hearts. There are reports of torture, lynching, and destruction of property. The violence seems to be getting out of hand. What do we do? I think this has the possibility to pop up in any province that doesn't have our religion. What was it? Gain missionary strength but lose tax and manpower, and potentially lose base development or admin. Honestly, 50 admin is a lot at the start. Plus we still get some penalties. I think let them burn, not gonna lie. Oh, we lost base manpower, Sag. But yeah, like these deserts, let's just say we're gonna be heading into much richer territories relatively quickly. So yeah, I'm not too worried about losing a little bit of development in these here lands. Okay, I guess we can do speed 3 at the beginning. Okay, so flat desert, we should have the upper hand. Yeah, even with their big modifiers. Okay, and this is the scripted event, I guess. Zokka falls. During personal combat, Zokka, the self-proclaimed devourer of suns, has been slain by Jaddar Jexisur. His horde turned into a mass of routing gnolls as the pack fell apart. Many surrendered to this new overlord, who destroyed the one that unified them. While many fled, elven troops moved in with little to no resistance. Along the Suran, the oppressed human population of Hashur have declared their freedom and sought protection under their liberators. He has devoured his last son. We gain some prestige, we get a bit of zealotry. Cede Upper Suran area to Jaddari. Hashur will become a free nation. Then Saryend will get some sort of event. Zokka Zokka falls in one day. And cede Far Bulvar to Jaddari. They event the matter of the Knolls in 30 to 90 days. Oh, that's literally just one battle ends the entire war. Huh. Interesting. Okay, you know, I thought they had made the early game for the Jadd harder. They've made it much easier. When I played this the first time, you had to manually do that war. Like, you had to just manually fight them. Like, in a proper basic war. We did take casualties. We did take honestly substantial casualties considering how our manpower works, but it's the best we could have really hoped for. So now we have a shit ton of extra land, which will need to be cored. I did not expect... I did not expect that to go this. Yeah. And interestingly enough, we still are in a war, though I'm pretty sure... Oh, they literally get left with one province. They literally get left with one province. Interesting how that do. Okay, and now another event. Jaddar and Jaddaressa. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of reading. Jaddar Jeksisur never knew his mother, or that is how it seems at least, as he never speaks of his birth amidst the decade of masks or his early life. His history only begins when he joined the Desert Legion, when he became part of the people that would one day bear his name. All he took from the burned Empress was a last name, a birthright of empires, and perhaps one other thing, a resolution his progeny would not have the same childhood as he. That, at least, is what one would think seeing him with Jaddaressa, his daughter by Jezien Eleno. Almost 300 years separate the elf and his harpy daughter, but watching the duo cross the sands of the Salahad, the zealous elf laughing at a joke his daughter makes as she dashes about against the deep blue sky, you would not think it. To see him teach her the bow, not the harpy's natural weapon, but one Jaddaressa studies with care. To see them talk late into the night by the fire. Her asking piercing questions of Surael and his worship, questions only a child could or would ask. And him slowly and gently revealing to her the truth that was once revealed to him atop Ebeshuptu. One of the two truths is, Surael's work is more than his crusade. The sun burns and scorches, but it's also the fuel for all the lives, all that lives and moves on Halan. Jaddar is a man of passion, devotes every waking hour to that work. To summon Bulvar, that has made him a mad zealot. To summon Rahen, it has made him an implacable conqueror. But to Jezien, it has made him a devoted husband, despite the exigencies of leading a nomad legion. And to Jaddaressa, it has made her feel like she is the luckiest harpy in the world, the one with a father caring, doting, inspiring, who plays with her and teaches her and watches her grow into the woman she is becoming, and who truly, truly believes she has a role in Surael's work that no one else will have, no one else could have. The years stretch out before Jaddar. He married Jezien knowing he would most likely bury her. He may well do the same for Jaddaressa, but for now, in this instant, there is just a father and his daughter, and in the years to come, there will be many an embrace. There will be the wiping away of tears, there will be proud smiles and delighted laughs. And that future of joy and sorrow is perhaps the brightest of Surael's blessings, among all he has been privileged to receive. One thing I do not quite remember is... I guess what was it? Jaddaressa is... I guess she is a harpy, isn't she? Which is... I guess I guess it will be a bit confusing. I'm not quite sure how. I'm not quite sure how I will go about their cultures. Dunan Harpy. I don't quite remember how. Because yeah, as it's said, obviously elves live for a long time. Harpies less so. They have more of the average human lifespan. Which is a bit problematic because in my... Again, a lot of comparisons will be made with my single-player game, right? Which I had some time ago. Because that's where I learned most of these things from. If you get a elf ruler basically at the start of the game and they are young, you keep that ruler throughout the entire campaign is basically what happens. Meanwhile, if we now get a harpy, it will make things problematic. I guess she is scripted to be a magician, but I feel like that will cause its own problems. That will cause its own problems because she, like, as I said, there are the missions in the mission tree that require us to have a mage leader, but I doubt she would live long enough to be useful for those missions. So I'll have to see about that. Who the hell are these people? Ah, these guys down here. Okay, so we will need... Maybe for now I will wait a little bit on doing any rivalries. Because I think, what are our claims? Okay, we have all our current claims. Guess we'll need a little bit of... Okay, Hashur is... they are our vassals right away, and they love us. Now, what's the situation with Askasur? Because we need... Askasur is one of the major cities in our region. Realistically, once we take that place over, we will... this will for some time become our capital. Because the Jadd has a mechanic where they move capitals every so often. Now, they are also friends with some dwarves, and fighting dwarves would be bad for us. Actually, where are we mission-wise? Also, goddamn, I have to take off my jumper because it's hot. A quick minute. There we go. Yeah, I feel like it's gotten quite warmer where I live, and I think for the past 2 days now I have overdone it with the oven a little bit, and it's a bit hot, dare I say, but, well, maybe that's just, proper RP, we are in the desert, right? Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Oh, and okay, the last Zokka province immediately gets taken up by Tlukt. Okay. That is how it is. Nolakaz. Yeah, Nolakaz is the big Nol nation. These are like actually proper... These are proper guys. They have a proper army. They're like the big guys of the region. At some point, definitely, even relatively soon, they could become a threat to us. Yeah, also the ages. Will we do any of this? Surround temples. Own Bulvar, Edukwakin, and Askasur. Edukwakin is here, and Bulvar. Well, Bulvar will be a bit more of an undertaking, but we should be able to do that. Humiliating a rival should be possible. I do not think. Well, yeah, this isn't really gonna be our age. Yeah. Well, okay. For now, I think. So, what's our situation? Where do we need to? What the hell do we need to do? So, yeah, Sariend. Is Sariend allied with many? Okay, alliance with Elisna, alliance with Bulvar, and then they have their vassal states. Yeah, that's very bad RNG. Elisna is quite strong. Elisna is quite strong. So I guess back to the missions. What is the situation here? So this will give us claims to these northern regions and the subjugation casus belli on Verkal Gulan. So really I need to wait to get opinion up, and then we can do fighting up here. Religion. The religion should spread naturally. There are certain events that help that. I guess over here all provinces in the Garpik Zokka have Jadd. Well, that's... yeah, seize Askasur. I guess over here, yeah, just a simple task. Seize Askasur. And that gives us permanent claim on Far Bulvar. What is Far Bulvar? Okay, Far Bulvar here, so... I guess Edusvakin and parts of Sariend would be included in that. So, okay, first things first, we have to get Askasur, I guess. They haven't picked up any alliances except for what is scripted for them first. And... do I need... honestly, I don't really need to cause any issues with Segdir. I can just let them do their own thing. Though, maybe it would be good to take them over, but I don't think I will realistically be able to. So let's just, I guess, get our army over there, maybe replenish. Also, what is it? Desert, mountain, farmland. Okay, so Sarshad is the only province we cannot. Okay, and what is this? So, Sariend demands back its lands. Sariend. So these are most of the things here. This is basically a melting pot. This area is a big old melting pot. There are several Sun Elf nations. The big ones being Sarayend, Varamhar, Irliam, and Birza. These ones, I think, this one I think I always mispronounce. I call it just Birzantesh, but it's Birzartanshesh, but just, you know what, no. And then there are some harpies here in the mountains, there are dwarfs on the coastline, there are humans mixed in. It's a big old place. And now, Seriand, in the aftermath of Zokka's fall, we've suddenly found ourselves in control of the vast majority of his land, including that land which he had just conquered from the kingdom of Sariand. Now that we control this land, Sariand is asking that we return it. Their envoy is all smiles, but they were clear that this is an ultimatum, and that if we don't return this land, they will fight for it. So we seek no quarrel with our friends, means they like us. And actually, what provinces are? Durklum. Okay, so these two provinces that are squeezed in here is basically what they are asking for. Meanwhile, if we say no, there is the declare war on Jaddari. They declare the free conquest, and Hashur joins the fight. Happens. So I guess Hashur is. I guess we'll see. Will they join on our side or the enemy side? Or I would assume they join on our side. I guess this is the first case where things might go wrong. So actually, let's just go and create the first save. Because, yeah, this is one of these situations where I mean that I don't... I don't really wanna... I don't know, just put all my eggs in one basket or something. I would rather play it safe if something totally goes to shit. But yeah, knowing how this campaign will be played, we will have to take risks, and we will very much have to be aggressive. Incredibly aggressive. The true Phoenix shall be revealed then. And then Hashur joins the fight. With Surael's light having cleansed the darkness of Zokka's pack. Much of the land they once held has fallen into our control. A notable exception to this is the province of Hashur, where a resistance movement has cropped up under Muradin Sal Akur, the Hashur Hawk. After years of public sacrifices, destruction, and terror wreaked upon their people by the gnolls, they have finally stepped out of their long shadow, which Zokka cast into their freedom. Shocked by Sarian's treacherous war against us for their formal lands, which include the whole of Hashur, Marudin has chosen to stand with our legions against the invading Sariendi army in an attempt to assert their independence. Aided by the rapidly organizing armies of Hashur, our beleaguered legion may have the support they need to crush the oncoming elven onslaught, and live to spread the light of Surael another day. So, yeah, they just join us. Very nice. And one thing I do wonder is, okay, so yeah, this is the good thing. So even though Seriand is allied with Elisna, since this is a scripted war, they do not join in on it. At least the early game, I think. Yeah, I guess like the early game. In the mid and late game, the scripted events are a bit less so, but early on they will be plentiful, and honestly, I like them. I think it makes for a very good story, and it also helps avoid some RNG bullshittery quite often. So... Okay, though I do think okay, currently... let's give it a few days, and Hashur should spawn in an army. Currently they have nothing, which is a bit, not perfect, shall we say. But, yeah, and also now we should very much have the leader advantage, with Jaddar leading our troops. Meanwhile, Seriand, I don't think... Well, okay, those I think are mercenaries. Okay, yeah, that's their actual army. Okay, and then the matter of the gnolls. I guess this is still needing to be resolved. After the fall of Zokka and the dissolution of his pack, many of his gnolls fled to Tlukt, but some remained. Now we are left to decide what to do with all these gnolls that live in the lands garrisoned by the Desert Legion. Their heresy cannot be tolerated, but how should we approach them and their religion? So, show them the truth, which means we get a little bit of tolerance. And we lose separatism, and we get a bonus to missionary strength, or we get a lot of we get unrest, but we get a lot of missionary strength. I do wonder with the many changes that have been made. What would be the best way to go about it? I guess unrest is already incredibly high. Where actually is it? So yeah, Zoka Separatists, it's already incredibly high. I do not think... Starting to get a bit of tolerance would be good. 5 years of separatism. What are our current missionary timers? I guess it would be a way to slowly start converting away. Actually, we can convert this one. That is for 10 years. Meanwhile, this is for 20. I assume the correct choice most likely is to do it quick and heavy-handed. But I'm not quite sure if I myself specifically will be able to handle that quick approach. Maybe it would be better to try and appease them a little bit. I think, yeah, because we still, even with the 5% bonus, it would take quite a while, I think, to convert them. So... Because, yeah, currently we are at... What is this? So base value and the statute gets basically eliminated by territory and non-accepted culture. And then development also causes issues. No, you know what? Screw it. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so that'll be actually 17 to 18 months. That's very acceptable. We can do that. Yeah, and plus, like, as I said, they are extremely angry anyways, so it didn't change that much. And I guess, I guess I need to start coring up some of this. I need to start coring up some of these states. Mostly, where are the important ones? Yeah, that's... Well, there goes... there goes all the little bit of admin that we had. Yeah, that's gonna be a struggle. Okay, so also this army is gonna be... Oh, well, look at you. Here I was thinking they wouldn't have that good troops, but they have a leader who is 2 fire 6 shock. So actually, we barely have an advantage here. I guess I have to wait for... I have to wait for our Harpy sisters to arrive, allow attaching, and I need Hashur to produce some troops so that they can join the fight. Because currently... Also, currently these are... Oh no, they are drylands, I guess. I guess they are drylands. But... Yeah, I have to be very careful that we do not enter any mountains or similar regions, because our cavalry will not like that. Okay, and there we go. That is Enfold the Harpies. When we were first finding our feet in the desert, we found an unlikely ally. A small tribe of Siandunan harpies captured a group of dying soldiers and saved them from death by dehydration. They nursed them back to life, and an arrangement was made to exchange services. The harpies could breed, and we had access to their food and water. This tribe would be one of the first to see the light of the Jadd through their contact with us. So I do remember when I first came upon Anbennar and was looking for nations that I want to play, I do explicitly remember that someone described, okay, what nations do you like? And someone mentioned, well, obviously the Jadd, you can have a monster harem. And you know I was on it. I was on it. I was on it. So this will give us claims in the north. And more tolerance increase, though the Harpies are already integrated. And subjugation on Verkal Gulan, which we will have to... That will take a little while. Yeah, claims on absolutely everything here. So, but first, well, we have pressing issue. Once we deal with Saryend, I guess we will have to swing over and start fighting here against the northern Harpies. They shouldn't have... Yeah, they don't have the strongest militaries, and they aren't allied to anyone. So it's not... But, like, attrition is an issue. Fighting against Harpies, attrition is a noticeable problem. And I do love it when... Like, could you not? Just could you not? We don't have... Well, I say we don't have a reason to rush. We do need to rush. The entire... When you're playing the Jadd, you have to do things quickly, and there isn't a lot of time to waste. But I know that I won't be playing perfectly anyways, so I would rather try and just enjoy things. Can you believe it? And well, just in time, Divine Inspiration, a preacher in Ebu Shuptu, has been drawing great crowds with his speeches. Jaddar finally also attended one of his rallies and found himself greatly inspired. The truth is clear. Surael is behind us fully, and we strike with his favor. Morale of armies. Very nice. Oh, that is... Oh, I didn't expect these two to be fighting each other, but I guess that's what's going on here. Well, if nothing else, they are weakening themselves for when we arrive. And now, since we do have superior speed, I do want to try picking off... Just like that, these little armies. And yeah, whenever we get into the shock phase, that's when we cook. The shock phase is when we get things done. Oh, just a bit too slow on these guys. Drylands, do I want to risk jumping in there? Where did they... I do wonder where did they run off with their actual main army. Then again, I'm pretty sure... Oh, well, okay, they're just sitting right there. Okay, send like a few thousand men to unsiege that. Okay, and some raiding will actually get our money a little bit back. Now, I do have to... We do need to catch those guys in a battle. Realistically, one decisive battle is all it should take for us to be victorious here. Okay, but they are... And we do have a speed boost. That's the main thing. We have like a 30% bonus to speed. Or I think... No, actually, elves plus the Jadd should be like 40% speed. But I guess they are also elves, so it's a bit diminished. But yeah, but I guess still it's a bit finicky getting them to separate. Because how many troops do we have? 12,000 of our own, 17,000, 18,000. 18,000 versus 22,000, I guess it is doable. It is doable. Do I just want to go for a real big decisive battle? I guess they are pulling in, but Hashur is also getting extra recruits. I do not want to be overzealous, so to say. As long as we can pick up stuff here and there. Also, actually, how much How much are we aiming for? I think I did quickly look up what people are saying about like the new changes to the Jadd and so on. And I think I saw someone saying that you can take all of Seriand in the first war. Which I'm not quite sure if the numbers add up. I'm pretty sure they don't. But I guess I will... The dream is to aim for something along those lines. It's a big dream. It's a very big dream, maybe a bit too big. But the early game dictates everything, right? Just how well we can make things work out. Yeah, so the Zokka uprising... I feel like I will have to... Spending the military power feels like a bit of a waste and it only delays it momentarily. I think we have to... Yeah, I think I will have to go out there, kill off the Zokkas, and then we will return and deal with this war. I just hope that Hashur doesn't again lose. No, you potato. Okay, maybe we can assist. Oh no, they... Okay, well, we already locked in. Sure. Well, this isn't what I wanted, but... Well, that was a excellent shock phase. Actually, you know what? It was a mistake, but I will very much take that mistake. I will very much take that mistake. How many troops did we ourselves lose? Okay, we specifically only lost around 2,000. Okay. Oh, plus Jaddar got born... Okay, I imagine that has to be scripted. I imagine Jaddar has to... It has to be scripted that he gets born to the saddle. If not, then that's just too good. Okay, that also changes everything. If I can chase them down... If I can chase them down, that would... No, I guess they will be retreating quite far away, won't they? Yeah, they're gonna be retreating quite far away. And also, I will now have to fight with Saryendi rebels. Really? I don't have time to deal with this shit. And okay, our zealotry is up. So I don't think... Then again, getting cavalry combat ability and siege ability right now would be pretty dope. I think... Okay, first things first, we need to go and deal with... since these guys are retreating far away, plus they now have to deal with the rebels. I don't want to fight their rebels in their place. So, yeah, instead let's go deal with the Zokka. And then we'll return to Seriand when the time comes for it. Okay, we have more... We have more things that we can core up. I guess over here as well. At least these lands are cheap to core. So... And okay, yeah, let's grab... Also, actually, what is our... Okay, we have a little bit of a land force limit. But, I guess just getting some cavalry units could also be plenty good. Just getting some cavalry could be good. But I think I would rather take the combat ability and siege ability. Seriand does have a few fortresses. We will need to... Well, I guess they specifically only have their capital. But we will have to siege that down. So... It would be nice to have a bonus. Oh yeah, also I forgot to... Yeah, like after the first war against the Zokka, we already got 16 crown land. Okay, that's them dealt with. losses only to... Okay, let's leave a few guys here to unsiege. And okay, at least the Seriendi are getting rid of their own rebels, which it will also drain their own manpower. So that's very beneficial. And okay, this is unsieged. A bit of a non-perfect situation having to deal with that in the middle of the war. Like, I know, maybe some better players would literally just leave them and finish the war first. I'm not sure if I have my priorities like that. I think having the rebels run around in the back will definitely cause long-term issues. So I would rather deal with it when there is the chance to do so. Okay, Husher. You know, I'm a slight bit disappointed with the situation with Husher, because I assumed they would get at least some starting army. Instead, they literally do not have manpower and they do not have troops. They literally do not have anything. Which is a bit... Well, it's non-ideal, shall I say. It's non-ideal. Okay, conversion. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll need to finish coring. Start. Sure, start converting just anything. We need to be converting 24/7, even if it's not the best for our money situation. Okay, so they are currently... Let's just take all the infantry and send all the infantries to start sieging. That, Okay, poor uniforms. No, that's not what we need. Such a shame, such a shame. So the vassals do have an actual level 3 fort. That will be a bit more problematic. Okay, this is where their main troops are. You know, okay. You know, the siege is gonna take a bit too long. We need to... I do not like them walking around here with their troops. I need to thin the numbers. Okay, that's in a mountain. I do not want to attack in a mountain. Okay, yeah, and this is an event which is possible for the Jadd just always. The knowledge that their people will be accepted in the country does favors for their acceptance of the government. The people of Utlazna have seen the treatment of their brethren within the Jadd and accepted Surel's light. They are visiting local temples and starting to learn their daily prayers and traditions. They are well on their way to becoming good propagators of the principles of the Jadd. So, provinces can just, on random, change to our religion. Which is very good, especially early on when we don't really have missionaries, or we don't have a lot of missionaries. Converting provinces is slow, stuff like that. And also, okay, so I guess what is this? So fervor looks like what at full fervor we get 10% construction discount, 10% global trade power, and 5 years of separatism less. Okay, that's all good. Is there anything? I guess getting less corruption would be good. Because admittedly, the construction cost and trade power doesn't do us any good currently. We need to... that will be useful in the mid-game once we actually start rolling. So I think currently... Advisor cost and corruption could be good, but also just getting manpower. Some more manpower region. I think, okay, let's switch to acceptance for now. Get that going. Also quickly unsiege this. Realistically, before I siege like this, I need to defeat them. I need to get rid of their main army. I need to stack wipe them is what I need to do, but yeah, that's gonna be a bit hard to do, it feels like. Okay, so what do we get here? Minor human landholders demand autonomy. Oh, we already have humans as integrated. No, they will. You will follow the same laws that everyone else follows. Don't you think that you can be special? Also, trade research is heretical. No, just... we will get prestige enough from fights. Okay, so... That's good, that's good. Also, I guess... Yeah, the fact that they have their little vassal states giving them manpower is also not excellent. Because our own manpower is, well... We still have some, but it's definitely not perfect. Come on, follow me, everyone follow me. Sure, let's take this out in the open desert. Don't you try and run! You know what's coming for you. Take some attrition. Okay, definitely could have done. Okay, so again, theoretically a good outcome for us, but we are losing men too quickly. Yeah, it doesn't help that they also have a 6 shock leader. It definitely does not help. Out of interest... Oh yeah, they're not even willing to give anything at the moment. What I need is to stack wipe them. Unless I can stack wipe them, we won't see any... We won't have a good outcome. Oh yeah, having to maneuver around the fortress is a problem. Okay, they have run off. They have... Oh no, there they are. We need... Okay, I need to somehow... they will have regained most of their morale. Yeah, basically all of their morale. But the army is much smaller. What is this? Returning Sorani refugees. The lands that have been occupied by gnolls for so long are now no longer in their control, which allows for the return of the Sorani people to the land they fled from so long ago. Groups of them have been spotted trying to return home. This has caused some stir. Should we allow them to return to their lands? What do we have here? The province will gain development and build a human population over time, and the culture and religion will change after a human majority is present in the province. The devastation will increase each time the population grows. I hope that culture and religion will change towards something that we like. But if one thing I have learned, I think with the Jadd, usually picking just good options, like being a good person, is mostly the right thing to do. Which, yeah, I think... Yeah, let's just allow them in. Okay, back to the fight. Please be okay. That was decent. Okay, perfect. Stack wipe. Yes, yes. This is what we need. So now that I think is the... Yep, that's the... Oh, they also don't have manpower anymore. So as a matter of fact, they cannot even really regroup anymore. So now the only ones that have any sort of military are their vassals. Which means... Okay. Let's just start sending out... siege troops. Okay, so one thing we need... Actually, for the siege, I think I can use our allies. So... Let's disable this. Split off... I don't know... Our smallest infantry. Switch over you. Allow attaching. And, you guys will go out. Now, in the meanwhile, we need to start capturing everything. Okay, just go out everywhere. Yes, sure, just welcome back all the refugees. Okay, well, they did the one thing that the AI always does. They got goddamn mercenaries. Pain in the ass. But the mercenaries should be a very quick dispatch. They have low morale. Yep, there we go. Okay, now we do the same shit again. Yeah, just go all out there. Start sieging in the name of the Jadd. I guess one little troop. I guess it would be nice chasing these guys down and just getting rid of them. Okay, you know what? You stay in one piece and go kill them off. We need to core everything up. Oh, looks like they... Okay, so this fight ended, so... Okay, where there was 2, now there is 1. Which I guess... Is that better? Is that worse? Honestly, I don't think it changes too much, all things considered. And Verkal Gulan is dying against Pretender Rebels. I guess that's good for me. Means that they lose all their military. Something like that. Also, yeah, okay, sure. Just do the sieging stuff. Sure, we will go beat them in their capital. Okay, they have rivaled us. So you guys actually go and start sieging the capital. Here we'll have a fight. Yes, just let all of the refugees in. Okay. Okay. Go shut down all of these provinces. I do have to be a bit careful that they suddenly don't jump in with like 3,000 men here. And and kill our sieging troops, but otherwise this is smooth sailing. Well, I say smooth sailing, our manpower is very much not doing good. Okay, so now we can return. At least some cores will be finally finishing. We're reducing some of our penalties. Yes, and this is so for all the long-living races, like elves, gnomes, basically anyone that lives longer, like your standard than your standard human, so that you aren't stuck with a shitty leader. There is the learning of the elders, which gives you, well, basically you can pick a bonus somewhere, and yeah, it definitely admin. It's just always admin. That's not a consideration. Okay, now I guess we need to move Jaddari in there. He has 1 siege pip, so not the most, but a 1 pip is better than nothing. A nice water shortage right away. Okay, once we siege, so we'll have everything they own sieged. Oh, damn, that was a very lucky, that was an exceedingly lucky siege. Literally took just like a few months. I think got 2 water shortages. Damn. Okay, get this last province. So now, how much can we actually do here? Yeah, we cannot. We physically cannot take everything. Also, wait, what are the? Ah, yeah, because we don't have claims. We do not have claims. So what gave me those claims? It would be very cool to have them. I guess Askasur. Yeah, having. If we conquer Askasur, we get a permanent claim on quite a few of these lands. Specifically these 2 provinces, these 2 states. Sorry. And yeah, like, the development here is nothing to sneeze at. So, it would be good to have that 25% reduction from the claims. Could we potentially pull this off? Or do I just end the war now? As I said, I don't have to do everything perfectly. Actually, where are the vassals? Treaties. Vassals. No, what was it? No, revoke cores, cancel subjects, release nations. No. If we don't take that. Okay, actually, let's see. We could. No, that's actually. Yeah, because. No, that's Azkaban. Well, Azkaban is also a big city. Yeah, Azkaban is a 22 development city. Basically, here, along. I think this was the Suran River. Yeah, the Suran. This is like. This is the. What were the river names? The Euphrates and. Forgot the other one. The big Mesopotamian rivers. This is them. This is them. And there are a few big cities built along it. Brasan, I think, yeah, Medurubar is also, even though it's a swamp, it's still quite big. Bulvar is the main one. Well, after Bulvar, the entire region is named. So, yeah. And then yeah, Askabar. Would be neat to get rid of... Just get rid of at least one of the vassals. Plus, plus this would give us a fortress. This would give us a fortress on the front line. We force them to annual treaties with Elisna. And then I guess we take this province, this state. I haven't played EU4 in a while, so I think I'm still in the total war mindset where a collection of cities is a province. Meanwhile, yeah, here it's the other way around. But yeah, we get some provinces, then we'll get permanent claims on this entire state, so we'll be able to take that later instead. I guess we could squeeze out some money. But is that... This would be a piece for 63... 15 years. You know, sure, yeah, to take all the money we can get. Or do I leave the vassal alive? No, just give me the vassal lands. A teeny tiny coalition that doesn't matter. Sure. Let's end the first war here. Okay, so what's this? The Hawk and the Phoenix. The war against Sarayend was a success, with the military might of the Jaddari legions and the local might mustered by Muradin Zal Akur. Not gonna lie, I think he provided like 2,000 men for the fight. Well, you know, okay, I will not scoff at it, he did what he could. Sarayend was routed in battle after battle, and has now recognized our dominion over the upper Suran plain. With the future of Hashur still in question, Muradin hesitantly met with Jaddar to attempt to assert their independence. A lengthy discussion ensued between the Hashur Hawk and the Herald of Surael. They talked of the fact that every creature had the ability to spread the light of Surael, so long as they opened themselves to it. They talked of the need to banish the dark both within themselves and across a Halan, which seemed to be perpetually clouded by darkness. Finally, they talked of how Surael's grace shone down on Hashur, and how the people of Hashur could work with Jaddari legions to spread the light further. The Hashur Hawk arrived at the Mountain of Clear Sight with doubt, worry, and a touch of darkness clouding his heart. He now rides back to Hashur brimming with the light of Surael, and as he returns, the light follows him through the city and countryside of Hashur, now firm believers in the Jadd. So what does this do? They adopt the Jadd state religion. They get a elven minority. Okay, but are they actually independent, or do we still keep them as a vassal? That is my question. And also, yeah, 17,000 casualties versus 47,000 inflicted casualties. Yeah, that's how the war screens are mostly gonna look for the Jadd. At least if things are going well. Okay, so what happens with them? Oh, we still, you know, with all the talk about independence and whatnot, I thought that they would be, you know, actually independent. Alas, no, we keep them as a vassal, which is very nice. Now, I hope given some time, they should rebuild at least some amount of a military. And then I hope they will be somewhat useful. But okay, we will have a fortress here, which it will be eating into our monthly money, but... well, it's good to at least have some fortifications here. So now On to the next target. We don't have any time to rest. We do not, as a matter of fact, have any time to rest. I guess we do need to pick up some rivals. I guess sure, Sarient, we will need to finish them off at some point. I guess sure, these guys down here we will have to fight. It would be nice if I could rival someone that I actually need to fight. I don't want to fight the Tulukt now. They are a bit too big. Can I leave that open for now? Yeah, these guys down here are always... Oh, they are this nation, yeah. They are a bit problematic because they own this little island. And as I said, we physically cannot have a navy. So they're just a little thorn in our bum for quite some time. I remember in my single player they survived way longer than they really should have. But then again, they don't do a lot. They don't cause much trouble. So, like not the end of the world having them there. Now I think time to get. Well, manpower recovery speed is good. But also we could get more cavalry. Because it's for free. Yeah, I guess sure, let's summon some riders. More cavalry is very good, and I guess time to start repositioning. Also another rebel uprising. Where are you all gonna be coming from? Okay, in the south. Lazani. Okay, we're gonna have a bunch of different uprisings. Oh, I just slightly went over 100 overextension. But, you know, time to learn, because in the Jadd campaign, at a certain point, you have to learn that overextension is just a number. Same as aggressive expansion is just a number. Such is the harsh truth. Such is the harsh truth of a Jadd campaign. Some numbers you just have to learn to ignore. Oh, and we have become a great power. Would you look at that? So I'm not quite sure what I will do with Hashur. Do they have any claims? They do have claims on Eduquaquin, but I don't think I will be doing anything with like feeding vassals and then diplo-annexing. That's not my playstyle. Plus, I don't think it's in Anbennar, at least with the Jadd, I don't think it's really their intended playstyle. They are built around conquering everything for themselves, and I think I will pretty much approach it that way. Okay. Actually, just get to Hashur and land theft. You. Oh, yeah. Also, how much crown land did that give us? Okay, we're up to 22. So we don't have any penalties that are that big. Now, but I do not want to, then again, losing a bunch of honestly, I think 1%. Let's give it to the nobles. Yeah, get some less maintenance, just make them a bit happier. Yeah. There's also, what is this? Elena, request for knowledge sharing. Yeah, definitely they can have that. I guess they don't have, I think they don't have feudalism. Okay, we can start, then again, stating up lands. We have so much that we need to core still. Stating anything will be a problematic undertaking. Okay, we need to head south. We need to head south to quell incoming uprisings. I think now for a little bit we'll have to run around, yeah, getting rid of separatists. At least since we have the movement speed bonuses, we do get around quite quickly, which is good. Not good that these guys spawned on a mountain. That is not perfect. But, okay, actually, yeah, losing 1,000 troops against one stack of rebels is not good. We very much are hitting the bottom here. I am thinking maybe, like, in my previous game I didn't do it, and I don't want to do it, but maybe slackening recruitment standards would be good. We get, how much is that yearly? 5%. Like, just losing 5% a year, but it triples. How much manpower recovery do we currently have? 130, so that would go up to, what, 390? I guess that is good. We do that for a year, we get a few thousand back. Yeah, I think a little bit of slackening has to be done. Otherwise we just won't manage. Also, we can start converting some further places. And yeah, this all will be the Sun Cult. These lands are the new Sun Cult, so this will be harder to... Yeah, this will be harder to convert, which actually will be problematic. Yeah, religious unity is currently in the dumpster. But, well, what can you do? Okay, so where are the next rebels? Up there. Sure, start moving. Start moving. Now then, also mission-wise, so we have to convert this region, which will give us a permanent claim on all the other null lands in Bolvar. So primarily that will give us a claim on Tulukt. That's what it really does. It gives us a claim on Tulukt, which, since they are allied with Nolokaz, yeah, we won't be fighting that for quite a while. If anything, I have to somehow avoid getting in a war with them, because that could end badly. Oh yeah, here's also our fresh cavalry. Yeah, seizing land, lose 20, we cannot... below 30, yeah, we currently... Well, then again, we could I could summon the Diet and seize land. Could do it that way. I guess the... the priests will get uppity, but could be a decent way to start getting that crown land back a bit, get some more taxation money. Because money, well, I guess currently we aren't doing that bad money-wise, so maybe it's not that necessary. A few more wars and we will get it naturally. How are we doing on the state side of things? In the last coring process, everything is coring here. These need to be done. All of this needs to be done. Okay. The life of zero admin. It's a zero admin life. Okay, now I would like to deal with at least one of these rebels, and then we strike into actually Askasur or the Harpies. Maybe the Harpies, since they still do not have any allies or anything. Also, goddamn, looks like one of the centaurs is getting a bit big over here. Okay, how quickly could I possibly chomp through Askasur? Yeah, I am playing without Leviathan, so I don't have the monuments, because there is a bunch of custom monuments in Anbennar, which I'm a bit sad about, but what can you do? So, oh, and actually, what is this? We need to. Why are we collecting here? I'm pretty sure we need to be. Where the hell are we steering trade? Where the hell is our trade capital? At that. I guess I think Eastern Salahad. Yeah, we earn 2 ducats here. We need to be Why are we collecting here? We have 0 strength, just transfer trade power. But yeah, I started about the monuments, so I imagine some places like Askasur would have an actual big proper monument, but if you don't have the DLC, you still get like several nations have some sort of monument. Like, they're not big proper monuments, but they still are. Well, they're neat. Like here, Edus Meduru gives missionary maintenance minus 15%. Oh. So, very nice things like that. And Askasur will get upgraded a lot. That is a fact. And yeah, I think let's gun for them. Conquer Askasur. Segdir. Yeah, as I said, with Segdir, I'm not quite sure what I want to do with them. I think conquering them will just be too complicated since they are dwarves. And admittedly, they don't have a castle, it is just the dwarf hold. But I would rather just leave them there. Currently, it would be incredibly expensive to core it and everything, and we don't need it for any missions. So... Sure, let's... Then again, maybe focus on Mulan first. Oh, they have actually conquered something out in the plains. Promising trader. Ooh, a 50% cheaper. How expensive are you? Still 2 ducats a month. 2 ducats a month is more than I'm really willing. Plus, I don't need Diplo. I need admin. Which, actually, yeah. Let's get the +1 admin guy. Also slightly lower. Slightly lower, stuff like that. Oh, we do have a bunch more options here for rivals, but none of them interest me. Yeah. Like, you can see how highly our army quality is rated just because how weak everyone on paper is. How the hell do we see Marblehead? Oh, I guess I don't remember. Could we see this part of the map previously, or is this already one of the updates? I guess, yeah, because this is the equivalent of Western Europe, which we can see over here. And also, okay, yeah, this is... How is the command doing? Looks like currently the command is... the command... Looks like the command slightly overreached. Yeah, they don't seem to be doing that well. Well, honestly, if the command gets beaten... Oh, actually, they have... Okay, so because the command is one of those things that, as far as I'm aware, they have been massively nerfed. Because they are effectively the equivalent of Ming. And, well, looks like the Ming explosion very much has happened. Okay, yeah, the command is just dead. Which I guess is cool. It will mean our entry into Hades will be much easier. What? I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. But okay, back to... yeah, it would be very nice if these rebels just popped so that I can go and do stuff. But honestly, I'm somewhat happy also just sitting around for a little bit, using the minimal amount of time that we do have to recover some amount of manpower. Like, yeah, you have to be fighting 24/7 with Jadd, but at least I'm not that good, so a little breather. And hello, Walther. No reason to be sorry. I already imagined, like, what? Usually it's, what, 20 minutes earlier? I'm gonna watch the VOD for sure. Well, yeah, I guess, if anything, I would say maybe the first 20 minutes of the VOD could be the most informative. Because, yeah, like, it's a big old mod. There's a lot of lore. I'm trying my best to read everything out. Mouth is only slightly dry, mispronouncing only every third word. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, so, because, yeah, like, we currently, I guess, what is the current situation, Rep? I think I spent, like, the first hour literally just doing setup, and, like, getting everything going, reading through everything, and we have done, what is it? We have done 2 wars. Well, okay, one of them wasn't really a war, it was heavily scripted, the other one was actually a proper fight. And yeah, you're unfamiliar with this place. There's definitely gonna be a lot of that. So I guess like, to give a simple rundown. So Anbennar, it's the geography of the world is roughly IRL. If you know how the Warhammer world works, it's like the continents and land masses are roughly inspired by the real world. It's not that complicated, really. Because, for example, we are the Jaddari, and this is the equivalent of Arabia. Basically, we are in a big old desert. We are nomadic. What is it? Like, nomadic legions. We are a nomadic legion trying to reform an empire of old. And then, to the east, we have Rachen, which is India, basically, and then here we have the equivalent of Asia. And yeah, this is Bulvar. The region we are in is called Bulvar. To the south, we have the equivalent of Africa, and over here is Western Europe, basically. Basically what this is. So, yeah, and then we are here in the middle. Plenty of directions to expand in. And we're gonna expand in all of them. Because the Jadd is... You know, there is playing wide, playing nations that really like conquering stuff. This is turned up to not even 11, this is turned up to 12. Because as I have said a few times, in order to correctly play the Jadd, you have to be at war basically 24/7. In that way, I am already doing it wrong, because we are, as a matter of fact, not at war. But, well, I can only do so much. I am only so good at the game. Now, do I want to spend... No, I guess it would be more important to core everything up. We are already just running out of administrative power all the time. Like, we will not have it. That is simple as. Administrative power is not for us. And currently I'm just waiting out some rebels. I want to kill off a bunch of... just one stack of rebels, and then we will proceed into the next fight. Most likely over here against Mulen, which is a Harpy nation. And yeah, we ourselves are Sun Elves, which is... well, yeah, Desert Elves, basically. We have a bunch of quality buffs, but we do not have a lot of quantity. Hence I'm sitting around regaining manpower, and also losing some of my very beloved army professionalism, simply to boost how quickly we regain manpower. Because otherwise we're just gonna run out mid-war. Time to take care of this. Okay, so with them dealt with, I guess, yeah, let's go for Mulen first. These guys shouldn't ally anyone else. And also, I guess, 8,000, how much manpower do I want to recover? How much army professionalism do I want to lose? And okay, one of the first events, which isn't related to us, really, they tell us of the corruption of the Lotus Court. So this is about the... because in this equivalent of India, there is another Holy Roman Empire-like entity, which is the Raj. And, well, the Raj isn't doing too good. So, the one thing constant is in Halan is decay. Meat rots, turning grey and putrescent, flowers wilt, vibrant colors going dull, and leaves drooping. Minds erode, memories fading, and simple acts becoming out of one's reach. And the Lotus Court, the jewel of Rahen, a place of vast feasts and incredible gardens, and all the most brilliant minds of the ministries working in one place. It is an institution surpassing most on Halan, and its decay is similarly distinguished. Corruption that siphons off the wealth of an entire continent, internal politicking, with stratagems and tactics that rival any of Jaheir's campaigns, all in a pursuit of personal power. A veritable legion of administrators who are as short-sighted and petty as the Oracle of Tugya Shah is far-seeing. Also, yeah, a lot of fantasy names, which usually I can read decently well by myself, but when I have to read a bunch of them out loud, it gets a bit tricky on the tongue. These problems have only festered under the rule of Idranayar, and may soon spell the demise of the Harim Raj. It will take work rivaling any of Harimar's deeds to restore the Raj's authority, purge the ministries, and repair all that has crumbled in the interim. But if it can be done, then and Rehan reforged, the Lotus Court may shine brighter than ever before, and the Harim Raj with it. So this is their crisis, because, yeah, stuff is falling apart. I think, where was the Imperial... Was it the Imperial mode which shows them off? I always forget where to find it. Here, Imperial... Okay, no, Imperial is for the Empire of Anbennar, yeah. I guess this one isn't seen like that, but oh well. Point being, these guys, like, yeah, everything here that is in blue, that is the Harim Raj. And, well, yeah, people aren't quite happy with them anymore. And, there's gonna be some problems. So I don't remember. I think when I last played, they didn't quite... Well, I don't know. Honestly, with the command evidently dying, I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen with the Raj. Because usually they start collapsing somewhat out of internal problems and also out of external problems. Looks like most of the external problems will be eliminated until maybe I get there, but that will take some time. So I guess it will be interesting to follow what develops in that region. Okay. Oh, we can rival Mulen. Okay, this is perfect. We can rival Mulen, which means we'll have some bonuses against them. And then once we are done fighting Mulen, I guess we will have to take over Verkal Gulan right away as well. So, sure, you know, let's... where is it? Military... Now, you know, let's run it. Let's keep it running for a while. We need the manpower more than we need the army professionalism. Okay, almost everything will be getting cored. So Mulen, they don't have much of an army, which is very good for us. We will do anti-monstrous conquest. We should be able to conquer basically everything, and we also need everything here. Plus, as far as our missions go... So yeah, we need this for Jezien's heritage. We don't quite need everything, but... yeah. So, and this will give us a cheap diplomat. And, okay, Elaine will get some bonuses. And then we will spend a bunch of... Yeah, I guess we'll have to spend a bunch of diplomatic power, but that will get us another diplomat and diplomatic reputation, so that will be fine. So yeah, I guess into Mulen we go. Show superiority. We don't need much help here. Now we just have to find where their army is. One fight... Okay, well, they are right here. Yep, they are right here. The only problem fighting Harpies is they are quick. They are stupidly quick. And, oh, these ones also have a War Wizard. But yeah, because they are so quick, it will be a bit stupid trying to catch them. It will be a bit of a pain in the ass. Ah, but I said that, and here we managed right away. And... well, okay, all that talking for basically nothing. All that talking for basically nothing. Oh well. And, okay, it's time to start. I need to actually convert some of those specific provinces rather than others. Okay, so now, again, split into teams and start carpet sieging everything. And one slight problem possibly will be their capital, as Harpy capitals do have a very big defensiveness bonus. I'll take... you know, Walther, I recommend not applauding every single battle that we win, because, well, there's going to be a lot of them, obviously. We're going to win everything. But I know one thing I can say is this is absolutely not how a standard game of EU4 would play out. That much I can definitely tell. The Jadd is a very particular, all of those words. It's very much a modded experience. Let's put it like that. Oh, would you look at that? They have some troops sitting here. Oh, Askabar. Ooh, that's actually... Ooh, Askabar converting out of their own is very nice. It's a very high development province, so yeah. Oh, and that actually completes homeland for the Jadd for us. Which is, yeah, Ebu Shuptu. Ebu Shuptu is our current capital, and it's a holy site, basically. It's a holy mountain. And a homeland for the Jadd. Our young religion is spreading fast, but our lands are wide and empty. Too much earth, though blessed by Surael's light, yet ignores his blessings. We must spread Jaddar's truth to new lands and create true homeland for our religion. So this will give, yeah, just tolerance of the true faith, +1. Very much will help with not having uprisings, or, well, having less uprisings early on. In the end game, with all the bonus stacking, you very much actually can just entirely avoid having uprisings with the Jadd. It's quite good like that. Okay, we've taken most everything over. Oh, I do like that they're just abandoning their lands. I do find it interesting that they conquered land out here in the plains. Which I don't need any of that. I will leave it for them. And okay, the Renaissance. Yes. Spawned in Blue Heart. Well, yeah, this is the equivalent of France. This is the equivalent of France. And this is the equivalent of, I guess, Germany, basically. Bucelar is... Is Bucelar like Italy? I don't know. No, Italy is more like the entire coastline here. But yeah, this is our good old Renaissance with a bit of fantasy flair to it. So, well, we won't worry about it too much. Okay, yeah. Oh, disease outbreak. That's the last thing I need. Okay, so we have most everything here occupied. I have no need to go beyond. Do I need... Okay, yeah, I do very much need their capital. But we can already see how much will this cost. Okay, I will be able to take everything that I need in a single war. 200 admin to core it all. That will be 34 power projection. Very cool. And then how many provinces? And okay, then they have 2 provinces beyond, but I can leave that for them, sure. Not like it matters much, but yeah. Now basically it's just waiting to get the capital to surrender. Let's do that with as little troops as possible. I don't want to lose any more in attrition. And okay, a revolt in Seriand. Can I... Well, I guess we won't make it in time anyways. But okay, we'll figure that out. First, the Salfazil request aid. One of the 7 Mashnish... Mashnishi... Christ. Some of the words are a bit tough on the tongue. But okay, they're famous for their mages and learned men. Local folklore tells that this secretive tribe lives in the ruins of a city hailing all the way back from the Age of God Kings of Bulvar. Ulmishbar, also known today as Eklukebru, the Buried Palace. According to legend, the city was created by God King Ulmish and his bound jinn to escape the tiresome plotting of the warring God Kings in the west, but his 2 sons fought for their father's wealth during this brotherly war. The Salahad Desert came to life and buried the city in its sands. There is little proof of this, as their dealings with outsiders are done in the desert settlement of Saranza, and they keep the location of the rest of the tribe to themselves. Most assume they merely roam the sands of the Salahad. Recently, an envoy of the tribe has come to Ebushuptu seeking aid in the form of modern tools and everyday goods. Our Magi have shown increasing interest in this Salfazil and their deep knowledge of ancient magics. They are asking Commander Jaddar to finance an expedition to Saranza, bringing the tribe what they ask for. In exchange, a few of our Magi may learn of their magical studies, traditions, and culture. Okay, so basically dealings with the desert people. Now this is a bit more boring than I expected. We can lose 50 of 1 power and gain a 5% technology discount. Is this worth it realistically? What are our current prices? So 700. It costs us 700 to get a tech. A 5% discount would be what? 10% would be 70. This would only give us a 35% discount, but we have to pay 50 to get that discount. It's literally just cheaper to not get it. Because, well, I guess unless we get a second technology in the 10 years, which we might do. Well, do I wanna... Honestly... Then again, maybe we will pick up another tech in the next 10 years, so sure. Let's spend... we can do military power. And get a military discount, sure. So now it will be a bit cheaper, but sure. Well, that beside... Oh, Bovauri has a... Okay, already a mission done. Which mission? Alright, I forgot we have missions down here, don't we? A deal with the free slaves. Oh, this is because... Okay, yeah, so... This is a bit bad, because usually you're meant to befriend the Bovauri. They are a slave republic. And basically you can make an alliance between you and them. I guess I should have paid more attention to this. Now we just... Because usually I think you make an alliance with them and you split the lands in Rachen, basically. Now, since they do not agree with us anymore, we just have to pay up front a lot of diplomatic power, and that gets us permanent claims on... I think it's on this coastline. I'm pretty sure it's like right down here to this peninsula tip. Okay, that's a bit... that's not ideal. But we'll get to it. And yeah, I guess I have to start thinking about... Well, I think once we finish the conquest of Mulen and Askasur, then it will be time to start thinking about other places. Yeah. This campaign will very much be slow. Currently I'm on speed 2. I expect this to be dropping down to speed... I'm speed 3. I expect this to be dropping to speed 2 relatively quickly. Because once multiple front lines open up and stuff like that, yeah, it will be a complicated situation. And okay, I do think I have to send over... I have to send over some troops to deal with... Actually, what is our... Yeah, we are at military capacity. Yeah, let's... You know, sure, let's peel away... so, disallow attaching here, allow attaching here. Get all of you out. No, actually, I need to do this the other way. Do it like you, select this. Okay, disallow attaching here, allow attaching here. Okay, the main army will go and deal with the rebels. Meanwhile, our vassal will help siege down the Harpy capital. We'll do it that way. Yeah. I don't want the rebels to cause too many issues. I have to accept a little. I have to accept some problems will arise with them, but it would be nice to avoid it as much as possible. And also 8,000. Let's put a pause on the recruitment slackening. We have 9,000 manpower. That is something at least. We can work with that. I don't want to lose literally all of my army professionalism. And no, they're already moving on. Bricks. Okay, looks like, yeah, war is very much happening. Saryend is getting torn to pieces. Well, good old medieval shit. Oh, the walls are breached. That's cool. Oh, but okay. Well, yeah. At least I got the fortress here. At least I got the fortress here. As such, they're not making too much progress. Hopefully not too many losses while... Okay, yeah, only 700, very acceptable. Then I guess leave some men behind to unsiege this. Oh, actually we will have quite a few rebels uprising here. Sure. So in the meanwhile, the Harpies do have 2,000 men and they have retaken some provinces, which is a little bit annoying. But I think it shouldn't matter. Once we take their capital, they will fold anyways. Because yeah, it's taking a while to deal with this, but should be good enough. Yeah, give me mercantilism. Oh, and we got... Okay, we can get military tech. Morale. All the good stuff. Army tactics. Okay, okay. Actually, what will this be? Infantry shock, cavalry shock. Yeah, combat with supply limit. Yeah, administrative tech will be struggling to get that. Administrative tech will be an issue for basically the entire game. Well, not the entire game. It's not quite that bad, but it will be an issue for quite a while. Okay, defenders desert, very nice. I guess once we deal with these rebels, the main army will be able to go back and again assist with the harpies. They are mostly taking back their lands, which isn't ideal. But as long as they don't regain their capital, it doesn't matter. This Shabari request privileges. Who are the... Okay, last time when I played, they didn't have the unique estate names. So the Shabari are the merchants, and then they are competing with the nobility. Sorry, but then again, denying the privileges will drop them. But I do not have 50. I just do not have 50 administrative power. We have plenty of diplomatic, so yep. That's that. Oh, perfect. The harpies have... the capital has been taken. Okay, so we can annex everything that I care about. Plus, we can get some money. 50 more ducats. Oh, actually, a bit of a shame we could... You know, I'm not here to split hairs. Give me my 50 ducats and leave me in peace. So, again, on the knife's edge with overextension. Yep, that's what we do. That's what we do. And time to core everything. Oh, the pleasure. The pain. It's not pleasure, it's pain. It's very much pain. Okay, that's another successful war. And actually, this should be... yeah, this is Jezien's heritage complete. Jezien Eleno, rumored lover of Jaddar, has been the main catalyst in a change in her tribe. They have been following their old ways less and less and are adopting our culture more and more. Her tribe is on the true path to civilization, as modeled by our elven traditions. Let us offer them assistance in this endeavor and bring our nations even closer together. So, yeah, that's our initial Harpy ally. And what? We get a cheap diplomat. They get some bonuses. It's all over quite good. And then, do I want to get the diplomatic mission right away? I guess getting diplomatic tech upgraded isn't all that important to us. So, I think, yeah, let's employ... Where is it? Thaliandel Alarzuir. Yep, that's our woman for the job. Got a diplomat. And that completes Harpy diplomacy. The Harpies of old are gone. The wild bird women have learned combat through sophistication and words of eloquence. This change is reflected physically as well. Their interbreeding with our ancestors has granted them the appearance of attractive women. These allies of ours could be of great assistance in our diplomatic efforts. Let us embrace their newfound purpose in Surael's crusade. Basically, the entire shtick which this campaign is based on and what all of the Jadd is based on is... This is one of the things I explained early on, Walther, is that basically in a world where orcs are killing humans and goblins are killing dwarves and elves are lording over everyone, you know, it's the good old fantasy stuff. No one everyone hates everyone. It's a bit of a bad place. then we are one of the few nations that is trying to do this thing called cooperation. Actually not hating everyone and mostly trying to do the good thing. Do we have to conquer everyone before we can do the good thing? Yeah, a bit. Very much so. But in the end, we do good stuff. So, okay, that's a lot of diplomatic power lost, but long-term benefits. Okay. Okay. So... goddamn, actually, it's already almost 5. Okay, and what was this? Elena accepts our offer. Ah yeah, this was, I guess they did have an event and they accepted, which is what? Our envoys to Elena have returned. Their expressions speak of great success. They bring word from the matriarch of Elena that our offer has been accepted. Our two nations will now be even more closely tied, and in the future this will lead to both our people advancing the light of the Jadd even more effectively. Ah yeah, if I'm not mistaken, because yeah, previously they only were an ally, now they became a march, which is almost a vassal, not quite a vassal, but it's similar to a vassal. Okay, so that will be useful and neat to have. We do need new rivals, though. Out of everyone, I guess... Who do I really... I guess we will have to deal with Tulukt quite soon. Well, maybe not quite soon, but relatively soon at least, so... Sure, let's rival them up. And, Sorry, Yanshars... Who will we actually be fighting? Ireland. I guess it's a bit problematic with who we can rival, because our military counts as very strong, which yeah, limits our possibilities. But I don't want to cause too much diplomatic fallout by allying and by rivaling the wrong people. Sure, just whoever is already rivaling us, that works fine enough for me. Okay, and why can I not... Ah, because I'm... No, why can I not core? Ah, because we don't have an adjacent core. Yeah, that must be it. Okay, but we can actually create a state or two. Oh yeah, right, and I forgot they... Oh, this was one mess up from me. I didn't need to core any of this. Oh, there we go. That's the first mistake. I forgot that we give some lands to Elena. Like some of the lands we conquered from the other Harpies get transferred. So that was... Oh, or then again, did we get our admin power reimbursed? I don't quite know. Well, it is what it is. Not the at least these lands aren't that high development, so not the biggest loss. Yeah, fine by me. Sure, cries a single tear. But now, I guess what can we state up? Would be nice to get a little bit more manpower capacity and just about everything else. I guess this coastal territory is a bit... Oh no, that's still getting cored. I guess realistically I want to state Sariyend and South Nazar. Yeah. Realistically, yeah, I will wait until these are done coring, and then we will do that. And how is our... We have a little bit more of a land force limit again. Looking good, looking good. And now I'm not quite sure who I want to target next. I guess maybe Verkal Gulan, since they are alone out here. I could... Oh, Sarien is no longer a valid rival. Well, that's disappointing. Radanjaga. Irliam Nolokaz. You know what? No, screw that. Also, how the hell am I at 100 power projection? Oh, I guess Eclipsed Sarient. Sure. Eclipsed Dovharal. I guess we can game the game the power projection a little bit by eclipsing some people, though I think most of that has already been done. And I think, as a matter of fact, I will most likely have to end. But at least before I do, I want to make some decisions for the future. I want to make some decisions for the future, because now, like, I would say this completes our, like, baby steps. Our baby steps into starting the game. Excited to check the start of the game. Well, yeah, I guess it definitely will paint a bit of a better picture, like, what the hell we're doing and, what even is happening. I imagine jumping into the middle is definitely a bit wild. But yeah, now we'll have to start our next... I guess the few next wars are quite clear. I want to take over Verkal Gulan. This will finance us quite nicely for some time. Though goddamn, they really did ruin their capital, huh? They really did ruin their capital. Maybe I don't even want it anymore. God. But yeah, Verkal Gulan we have to take. We have to take Askasur, which shouldn't be too problematic. And then once we take Askasur, then it will be getting more problematic. Because on one hand, we will have to cut into Rachen. We have several missions already that have to do with this. Yeah, establishing the Eastern Front, divide the coast. We have to end, like, just go in here. I guess it will cost us a bunch of diplomatic power. Oh well. Also, we have to start breaking apart the north of the Raj. I guess by... Honestly, I should put in a diplomat right now already. So we need Gankeden. Now that's a name. We need to influence someone who has that culture. Okay, so it is these few nations. So which of you are the best for this? I guess Shekivad is already friendly with us, plus they are a gold province. Meanwhile, there is Dakilambi, which is a bit more of a backwater, but... you know, sure, Dakivamdi, why not? Let's start schmoozing with them. Improve relations. That's gonna be ticking up. And then otherwise... so yeah, seizing Askasur will grant us some goods. So that's the main point currently. And then... Oh, actually, I didn't even look at this, but by accident, I took perfectly the right amount of provinces to complete the next mission as well. So this is gonna be perfect. the upper Saran Plain. This will give us a shit ton more claims. And then meanwhile, the Grand Temple of the Jadd has been built in Askasur. Yeah, I don't know. The Grand Temple will be a bit expensive. I don't remember quite how expensive. We'll have to see about it. Yeah, I guess we will just start fighting a lot in this front. I guess I will have to deal with the Tlukt, even if they do have the Nolokaz. Admittedly, we do have a substantial technological advantage, and we should be able to stack wipe them quite effectively. Though, okay, the Tulukt do have a War Wizard as a lord, so that will be problematic. The Nolokaz don't, which might be a bit better. Oh, and this also counts as theirs? Interesting. I guess, yeah, that will be a lot of stuff that will need to be figured out next time. Oh, damn. Well, I guess things didn't implode during the very first stream. I guess that's a good enough achievement for me. Not having played EU4 in quite a while, and knowing that there have been updates and changes to Anbennar, and specifically to the Jadd, I was a bit worried, but I have to say, by the looks of it, they have made it easier. I thought they would have made it a bit harder, but no, it's very much a easier campaign start, at least by the looks of it. So yeah, I think the only mistake was accidentally coring these provinces. Well, yeah, boo-hoo. But otherwise, things are going fine. Next time, though, next week, we'll have actual bigger wars. No doubt, more problematic wars. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. But for now, this is it. I guess thanks for stopping by, Walther, and good luck. Enjoy the start of the VOD. See how things got this far and everything. And yeah, and everyone else who stopped by. And then, well, next week. Next week then we return to this. Schedule will be switching over. No more Songs of Six. Boo-hoo for some, I guess. But yeah, now it's gonna be Anbennar time. Yep. So yeah, I guess enjoy the rest of your Friday, and see ya on Monday then, I guess. Yep. Bye bye, and may the light of Surael bless you. Yep.